first quarter report for RC Education for the 2017-2018 school year. It has been a very busy quarter, and we want to give you an update on how we are measuring success. As you know, the three things we're looking at are deliverance on our annual plan. We're about 21% of our annual plan after 3 months, so we're on target there. We have targeted a 3% annual increase in the total number of students in our RC schools. We've actually seen a 5.9% increase from last year to this year, thanks in large part to adding on several new schools and increased enrollment at many of the schools. 3 of our larger schools also saw a drop in enrollment, but it was offset by the growth in all the other schools. And thirdly, we're going to be looking at the accreditation score on the RC school principals once we roll out the accreditation process, which you have all been updated on recently. If you have any further questions on that, don't hesitate to reach out to Elena Orozco directly. As a reminder, we have 3 main categories we're talking about when we talk about Regnum Christi schools: the RC directed schools, RC tied schools, and the RC touched schools. In the first category of the RC directed, we have 7 schools that we're working with across the territory. The RC tied, we have 6 schools. And in that final category of schools that are touched in some way by the movement, we have at least another 5 schools, and there's probably a few more that could be added to that list. What's been happening with our RC education team? Well, first of all, I want to thank Joan Tobia for her 13 years of dedicated service, and we're happy to welcome Joanna Odom to the team. Many of you have had a chance to meet her at the RC Education Summit, and she's already proving to be a great addition to the team. The RC School Leadership Summit, September 27th to 29th, brought together 25 participants from our schools from across the territory, sharing ideas, best practices, insights, and getting updated on some things, projects that we're working on and things that are affecting all the schools. It's been a busy quarter with site visits to the schools, as you can see from this chart here, and meeting with different things at the level of the board leadership, academic formation at almost all the schools, and advancement visits at 5 of the schools with Margaret Matthews. Let's dig into those a little bit more. Elena Orozco and Iso visited most of your schools in late September to mid-October, did a curriculum tour, really getting a deeper understanding of what we currently have at our schools, where we need to go with our curriculum in the future. A more complete proposal is being digested right now, thought through, and we will be communicating updates on that in the near future. So stay tuned. As well, Margaret Matthews visited most of our RC directed schools to do an initial advancement assessment over the past few months, and some initial observations and recommendations were made. And we're very excited that we're actually going to have some training for our admissions teams in Calgary, January 17th to the 18th. Clearwater Academy will be hosting the admissions directors from the schools to get some training in sales and how to work to improve the admissions at each of our schools. We're also excited to share a lot of good news with you. In this past month, Father Daniel, myself, I was able to complete a certificate from Board Source in nonprofit board consultation. So this will help in working with each one of your boards to bring them to the next level. As well, Elena is in the last elements of her finishing her dissertation, and hopefully will carry out her doctoral defense in January. So please continue to keep her in your prayers and support her as she comes to this final part of her studies. What are we focusing on for this next quarter? What are our goals? Our priorities, number 1, are to update the RC school principals with the feedback that you all gave us at the summit, and hopefully get that out to you before Christmas, along with the final RC school accreditation process with the final tweaks that we made after the summit. We're also working to finish the outline of the curriculum project based on the insights from the curriculum tour, and we will be rolling that out to you in this, hopefully in the next quarter. We are setting up a sharing of best practices in the peer groups. More information to follow on that very soon. We're sending out an updated school site visit checklist, again with the feedback that you gave us at the summit. Preparing for the RC School Formation Summit, which is going to take place in Cincinnati in April. A key moment to bring together the formation teams from your schools. Also, we're continuing work on the renewal of board trustees and board retreats at several of the schools, and gathering data points for a long-term strategic plan for our schools in North America. Please keep us in your prayers as we work on all these projects. Know that you are definitely in our prayers as well, and God bless you all.